Doing okay. How you doing? I'm good. Nice to see you. Nice seeing you.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Really quick, I don't have much. I'm going to play something here for you real quick, and then turn everything over. So, the theme is just the holidays, obviously, and all the events that are kind of going on. So you can make sure you get it to your family readiness groups and inform everybody about what's going on, so you can participate, throughout the holidays. And so, just as the Joint Base Garrison Commander, I want to wish all of you happy holidays, and please be safe. Snowmageddon was supposed to hit Monday. That didn't happen, but it might hit again tomorrow. And for those of you who have been at Fort Drum, they don't know how to do things here like they do at Fort Drum. So if there's 1 inch of snow, that's 3 feet at Fort Drum. So please be very, very careful, over this next coming few days.
This is just simply a public service announcement to ask everyone to slow down. Last year on the first day of first icy day that we had nearly 30 accidents on JBLM. So please, it's not snow, it's the icy conditions. Thank you. Next slide. 3 opportunities to see First Corps Band. We've already missed one, but we also have the 10th and the 15th. I recommend and encourage everyone to get out and see the First Corps Band.
And before we get into the upcoming MWR events, we have a little public service announcement from Mark Brown, the DHR.
Folks, just wanted to hit Combined Federal Campaign, CFC. It ends next week on the 15th of December. If you're military or civil service, you can go into My Pay. You'll see a drop-down menu. It says CFC. You can go in there and it'll guide you through the donation process. For a variety of reasons, this campaign's trending well behind our previous campaigns. So you have key workers in your units. They can still do the paper forms, but the easiest and fastest way is to just do it in My Pay. Thanks.
Thank you. Okay, so some upcoming events from MWR for the holidays: the Jingle Bell Jog, which will be on December 10th at 10 a.m. You can register online at the MWR webpage off of the JBLM main page. If you don't like to bake and like someone else to do your baking, you can order baked goods from American Lake Conference Center. I will tell you, if you've never had the sugar cookies, you should try them. They are the best. And then Breakfast with Santa on December 17th at the McChord Club, 10 a.m. to noon. And then we have the weather outside is frightful, so you can go to the library and do some reading, stay warm, and we have snow coming, so they say. So good time to get the kids over to the library. New Year's Eve at the McChord Library. This is a free event. And then Family New Year's at the Sounders Lane from 6:30 to 10. This is always a very well-attended event, so if you want to go out and celebrate New Year's with your children and then be back in time to ring the bell in at home. As you see down here listed are all the upcoming events we have. I'm not going to go through every single one of those. And then mark your calendars for the JBLM Brewfest. Any questions for MWR? Okay. And then Trees for Troops. This is Trees for Troops. This is something we do every year. This year we handed out more than 700 trees. And then also we have several organizations that support us, namely Association of the United States Army and the Air Force Association, that through sponsorship collect turkeys and hams, and for Thanksgiving we handed out over 1,300 turkeys to our lower enlisted population, so very successful. And then Operation Ham Grenade is coming up for the Christmas season. And now I will be followed by Mike from the Post Exchange.
Good morning. Here's a few of the upcoming events that are kind of important during this time of the season. That Hatchimal drying is available both at the McChord main store and the Lewis main store. Those toys are about impossible to find. So if you have children, please get them entered to that, because that's like, for me when I was a kid it was Furbies, but they're very difficult to find. So that's something, there's a high interest item. There's a free showing on the movies. But what I really want to call out to is the 3 point of contacts at the bottom right part of the slide. The Facebook, pretty much anything that's going to be a major event that's going to be happening at the exchange or with one of our partners in services can be posted on our Facebook page. And it's not just exchange stuff. Other groups can send us stuff to post onto that Facebook page also. So if you want to have a one-stop shop to find out what's going on with the exchange, that's the place to do it. Also, anything that we have going on that's major will be going out on our buddy list, and you can sign up for it either at that URL or send my executive assistant a message, and she will put you on that buddy list, and that is an email that just comes out automatically. But I'd encourage you to sign up for the Facebook page because then you can check it at your leisure. So if you can help us get word out on that, I'd really appreciate it. If there's any questions for the exchange, I'd be glad to take them now.
Sir. We can talk about some food options over at McChord Field and Flatwater.
Sure.
Subway going away. I want to follow up with you on
Yeah. We're actually working a meeting with the command over at McChord right now. I don't think we have the date set up. Oh, so I haven't seen it pop up on my schedule yet, but Mary's working with like 3 different commanders over there so we can get where the troops are to look at hours and stuff for that. No problem. Well, there's like 3 different commanders we're trying to work everybody's schedule. He's the one, yes.
I'm Ron Lewis with the commissary. We have Happy December, Taste of the Holidays. We got large party trays. The meat department has meat specials all the time. So make sure you get in, put in your orders, anything you need for any parties or anything going on at the units in command. Next slide. We have the rewards card. If you are not familiar with this or not using it, there are some benefits in it. Is that inside those things that we have different things, promotions running, like now up until tomorrow on the 9th or Thursday on the 9th, you can buy some things, a couple items, peanut butter, coffee, and you can enter it, automatically enter you in the prize, chance to win an iPod 7 for that the NFL is giving out. But it's different all year long. It's different things that goes on with the rewards card. Besides, it has coupons that, I tell everybody, study just picking them out, just copy and paste every one of them to your card. That way, if you buy the product, it automatically comes off when you use the rewards card. Next slide. This one is about the special pricing for a turkey. It's up to $60 worth of coupons in there. And it's actually some good ones because for Thanksgiving, I ended up saving like $17 on my coupon. So that was $17 off my turkey. So at the front of the store as you enter, it's a coupon booklet with normal type stuff, broth and stuff that you normally cook with. It comes off a turkey, fresh or frozen. And it just saves you, but if you bought everything, it's like $60 worth of savings inside the packet. Next slide. Okay, to change the date. Starting December the 13th, the scholarship will open. It ends February the 17th, 2016. You can go to the website, www.militaryscore.org. And I encourage everyone that has children, family members to apply for it, and because it does very well and it pays out each year, and it's getting bigger and bigger each year, and we just want to say thank you for that. Next slide. That's it. Any questions? All right.
Thank you. Any questions, commissary? Good? Okay.
We usually have case lots twice a year, but we're going to actually have one in January, the 10th through the 14th, right before the Martin Luther King holiday, and it's actually going to be in the store inside the warehouse. So you won't have to go anywhere else. It'll be all inside the back of the warehouse.
Okay, up next is Colonel Tracy Baker from Madigan.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Colonel Tracy Baker. I'm representing the hospital commander. My role at the hospital is Deputy Commander for Inpatient Service. We are located over here, so if there's any questions after that I can help with, that's what I'm here to do. Okay, so please stop by in our table over on the side. We have a few things to talk about this morning, if I can have the first slide. So here we're talking about our push to get in the women's well checks. We are going to be facing a new electronic healthcare record training and implementation later in the summer. So what we want to do now is get in our ladies to have their healthy women's check now so that that doesn't disrupt their care down the road. We're real excited about the MHS Genesis as our electronic healthcare record that's coming in. It's going to offer a lot of continuity between the inpatient and outpatient. It's going to really facilitate their documentation, and you should see that on the patient care side as well. So thank you. Next slide. Talking about pharmacy. We do have Walgreens that is now available for TRICARE Pharmacy online. Unfortunately, CVS has fallen off the list, but Walgreens is available. So that is something to look forward to. Secondly, is a little push for our flu campaign, flu shot immunization. I think it's ironic that I'm up here coughing like I've been coughing and I'm talking about flu shots. I don't have the flu, but it is important that we get our families and the service members out there getting their vaccinations. You can get that through your primary care provider. Just contact them. Your primary care clinics are offering that if you call ahead, and you can find out the timing for that. And it's easy to do, So please encourage your family members and your soldiers to get out there and get their vaccines. Next slide. All right, patient satisfaction. We are making great strides in our patient satisfaction, both inpatient and outpatient. But we can only do that if we have feedback from those that use our services. So really encourage. The Joes is the ambulatory side. You'll see that when you go visit your specialty clinics as well as your primary care clinics. Formerly known as Apples, Joes will come in the mail, and we really value that input. And that's how we're making great strides and listening to what you have concerns over. Likewise, on the inpatient sides, we make huge strides in our patient satisfaction. So we're real excited, and we can only do that if we hear the feedback from the patients. So please encourage those to fill out those surveys so we can make it even better for you guys. Next slide. All right, for nursing advice line, this is a time a lot of people are traveling. It's important that they know that they have services available when they travel. The 24/7 nurse advice line is always available. That's 1-800-TRICARE. If they call that number, they can get some advice. Likewise, they can get a referral for an urgent care visit. So I think most people may know, but maybe they don't know, that you have for family members, they have 2 available appointments per year free to go to the urgent care center. Now, especially as they're traveling, take advantage of that. And for the service members, just call the 1-800 number, and so we can get you referred into the right location nearby, wherever you're traveling or here even locally. Okay, any questions on that? Okay, thanks. Next. And lastly, just as a reminder, we do have some Donzas coming up, so it's important that you know we are open on the 23rd and the 30th. We do have some primary care appointments that have already been made. Please encourage those who have made the appointments to attend. We have some limited staffing during that time, so there's maybe not as much services available. For the specialty clinics, there might be some that are not available, but please call if you have an appointment. If your family members have appointments, please make sure that they know we are open to provide them services. Any questions on that? All right. Next slide. I think that's it. All right, just as a reminder, I am over in the table, far left corner here. If you have any questions, I am here for you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Good morning, Buck James, DPTMS. Bottom line, for the next 90 days, we've got a pretty significant reduction in activities, of course, as you would imagine, first quarter as we ramp down towards the holidays. The bulk of what you see up here has been discussed by the Ministry of Fun, or will be covered a little bit more later. Two things I want to highlight to you. The good news is, as we're moving forward, we're going to continue and have our personal shred days. I know those have been very popular with folks to be able to bring in those two big printer paper-sized boxes of personal documents, shred that stuff down. So we'll continue to run those every single day. And then as we get through February timeframe, guys, just understand one guy's going to do it, so everybody has to. So don't get caught short. Make sure you got something squared away for Valentine's Day. So everybody's going to. But when we get into March, we start to ramp back up. The spring season is going to be extremely busy here at JBLM. The Corps has got some very significant exercises all the way down through their footprint. The SBCTs, of course, ramping up to meet their SRM gates. The wing, of course, maintains its nearly constant op tempo supporting the national missions. So we'll be continuing to focus on that, especially as we move into some of the major exercises, the Bayonet Focus Series, and as we get closer towards Mobility Guardian. So we're going to be busy. Two things to close with. First and foremost, the discussions that we've had about the MWR calendars. Please make sure and keep track of those. Understand when those events are. I know a lot of your folks like to participate in those. Unit runs, personal runs, it's part of a lot of people's fitness programs. So continue to look at the DFMWR calendar for those specific events, because sometimes the information changes. Sometimes we have to make adjustments based on our requirements for a mission. And then the last thing is, as you probably saw, the annual Ugly Sweater Contest on the 9th of December. Please understand, that is the Ugly Sweater Contest, not the ugliest man in a sweater contest. That was won conclusively for 10 straight years by Dennis Seffner from DFMWR, and we have retired that award. So again, ugly sweater, not ugly man in a sweater. As always, pleasure to be here. If you got any questions, I'll be over on the right. Next slide. My brother from a different mother, Mr. Henderson.
Thanks, Buck. Good morning, Don Meyer from the Housing Division. Just real quick, just a reminder, everybody knows it's getting cold outside, and during the holiday periods, families tend to leave and go visit their family members in another state, another country. If you leave your house for a long period of time, don't turn your heating off, just turn it down so you don't come back to broken pipes. Next slide, please. And once again, tree removal this year for after the holidays. Just put the tree out on the curb and LeMay will pick it up. So unless you have questions for housing. All right, thank you. Be followed by a chaplain.
Good morning, leaders, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Chaplain Mark Gauthier. I'm the garrison chaplain and the senior pastor for the Lewis, Maine Protestant Chapel Service. Just direct your attention to the services up behind me on the screen. Of note, there'll be Christmas candlelight services both on McChord side and Lewis side, as well as Christmas Eve masses for our Catholic congregations on both sides of the house as well. Just want to ask you a couple questions too. If the Department of Defense were to offer you a program that may help you sleep better at night as a leader, and it would say that it would offer the opportunity to reduce suicides by 57% and domestic violence by 61%, I bet most folks would say, I want a piece of that. Well, what those numbers are, those are the numbers that have indicated the benefit of religious faith and connection to communities of faith. And now I'm breaking a social taboo. You can't talk about religion and politics, but I'm a chaplain, so a measure of grace. But I just want to encourage you to think about your chaplains as readiness and resiliency enablers, and they're really the battlefield medics for you as the first line of defense. And to know that we have vibrant communities of faith going throughout Joint Base Lewis McChord. And so if you have soldiers, service members, airmen, families that are struggling with issues, please consider that as one of the tools in your toolkit to help foster the readiness and resiliency of your personnel. Any questions of me? I was tempted to do the brief in the Santa seat and assess your attentiveness by naughty and nice, but I think you're nice, so thanks a lot. Be followed by?
Good morning. My name's April McClung. I'm the president of the Spouses Club, and I just have a few things to tell you about the Spouses Club today. We are an all-ranks nonprofit group. We meet the second Thursday of each month for luncheons. We also have small groups like book club, cooking club, wine club, Pacific Northwest Explorers, craft club, bunco, and lunch bunch. We also do a lot of community outreach. We've worked with Patriots Landing, the Emergency Food Network, and Santa's Castle. We also award grants in April or May. That's what we do with most of our profits. We also have a lending closet full of items that you can borrow: tables, chairs, chafing dishes, things like that. And we have a Wear It Again boutique, which is now being known as Operation Deploy Your Dress. If we can see the next slide. So this is kind of a new thing for us. There are 3 locations for Operation Deploy Your Dress. We have donations of dresses from all over the place. People want to send us dresses because what we do is we take those dresses and we give them to people who, active duty spouses, who maybe are looking for a dress, maybe can't afford $500 for a dress because these balls cost a lot of money, and we attend a lot of balls. So what they can do is come to our room, really it's just a room or 2, in the old Clarkmore Schoolhouse, and they can take one of those dresses home with them. There's no charge, and they don't have to bring it back. We also have shoes and handbags and things like that that they can borrow. So this is a really great program, and we also host FRG events and things like that. It is by appointment only, so if you could go to our website if you think that's something that your FRG or group would be interested in, lewiscommunityspousesclub.org. You can find more information out about Operation Deploy Your Dress. We are also, on the next slide, please, gift wrapping at the PX right now. This is a fundraiser for FRGs and for the Spouses Club. So if you're shopping at the PX, take those gifts to the back area of the PX. Outside, like not in the food court, but that back door. And you will see our gift wrapping table, and they'll do a great job for you. It's donations only, but again, it supports a good cause. The next slide, please. Well, that turned out a little awkward. You do have cards on your table, and on the back there's a QR code that will take you to our page for our biggest fundraiser that we have every year. We call it the Night to Remember, but we have to kind of change the name each year. This is our centennial celebration. Tickets are on sale now for this event. Our theme is Centennial Celebration. It's going to take place at American Lake Conference Center on March 17th. We're going to have several auctions: a dessert auction, silent auction, live auction. We'll have live entertainment. Dinner will be included. We'll have static displays from the Fort Lewis Army Museum. Thank you, Fort Lewis Army Museum. And all the proceeds for this event, and we're hoping to make it the biggest event ever and raise the most money ever. All the proceeds for this event do go into our grants fund. So just so you know, our grants fund, for last year we supported Dogs on Deployment, Scholarships for Spouses, Wounded Warriors, Boy Scouts, Man Middle School Wrestling Team, Lakes High School Cross Country Team, and Ainsley's Angels. So all of our money goes right back into the community, and a lot of times it's helping your kids, your spouses, your friends. So it does go to a good cause. And then the last slide. Okay, that's okay. So the last slide was for our cottage boutique. That is next door to the thrift store on, I think it's Liggett. Yeah? Pendleton. It's on Pendleton, and we have a lot of great unit things in there. We also have Christmas items in there. So next time you're shopping at the thrift store, pop over to the Cottage Boutique. We have a lot of items the items in there are also handmade by a lot of our spouses. And I just thank you for your time today. If you're not a spouse or you don't have a spouse, tell a friend. The more members we have, the more fun we have, and the more money we raise for good causes. So thank you. Any questions about anything?
Hey, this is a quick community update. Again, I look out in the audience and I don't know where the spouses are. There's I see 3 there, not counting the 2 that are up here. And I think we actually have probably just equal amount of Air Force spouses with Army spouses. And hey, Buck, what's the population ratio here? Army 75%. Yeah, so, okay. So I don't know what's going on in that aspect. So maybe it's the holidays. But look, this is on your table is this piece of paper. In this piece of paper, we put out a few community updates ago, and it's out here every single time. So if you don't fill it out and you don't tell me or Alicia Grady or Madeline Lanza or Chika Kaczynski or anybody on this piece of paper, then I'm just going to make the assumption that everything's fine. Okay? So this is about you telling me what you need or what you want to hear about. And if you don't play an active role in it, whether you're wearing a uniform or not, then you're not actually taking an active participation in this update for us to be able to provide it to you, because this is your base. These are your program services and capabilities. And so I kind of focused today on the holiday theme as the commander for the garrison commander for the base, but we're going to get back to some of the things in the future. So based off of conversations with Colonel Kaczynski and General Lanza and General Stammer, we've identified a new approach to a lot of the things that we call the Health Promotion Council, the health of the force, the joint force. And so it's kind of nested across the board. They're positive goals. They're focused on healthy relationships, healthy behavior, and so forth. And so, is it triple nickel? Where you at? There's no triple nickel in here. No, I didn't mean to dime out, but so we're gonna get back to the way I started this when I first took over as the commander. And so we're gonna focus on the priorities. There have been 3 suicides in the last 2 weeks. Yeah, 3 weeks. 3. Okay, I'm not talking about the units or anything like that, but 3. And so we're about the same number as a base, as an installation that we were last year, which is still too high. But 3 in the last 3 weeks. And so you as commanders and CSMs and spouses, senior spouses, the FRG, chain of concern, have a role in that. So we're going to continue to focus on those priorities for the health of the force so you can understand and know what program services and capabilities are available for your family members that Alicia Grady's team monitors and needs the support, which she has a tremendous amount of support from Mrs. Lanza and some other senior spouses. But this is what we're trying to get at. In addition, we'll highlight the next 90 days out of key events, that are being offered by, the Spouses Club, whether it's on the McChord side or whether it's on the Lewis side. But it's about the readiness and the resiliency of families and the soldiers and the airmen. And if you don't know what the program services and capabilities are, and you don't know how to stop reducing the stress in the homes or at the workplace, then we're going to continue to have issues with the health of the force on JBLM. Your call. Your call. You want to fill out that sheet and tell me what you want to hear? Fill it out. If you don't, then you're probably never going to know about what's available to you, because what Alicia's team has done is consolidated a whole bunch of prevention and treatment people together across the board, from family advocacy into behavioral health inside of Madigan. And we actually track individual soldiers and airmen that are considered of possible negative outcomes of their behavior and decision making, and we actually roll the families into it. So there's a lot of things that are happening right now, and the holidays are a stressful time. So we're going to kind of get back to that so we can kind of synchronize ourselves versus the health of the force programs and so forth that are available to you. And I'm asking you, as commanders or the representatives that are here right now, to get this communicated down through your chain of concern so your family members are tracking this as well. If not, it's a pure disconnect. And I don't want to waste your time, and I don't want to waste Ms. Lanza's time. I don't want to waste General Lanza's time, Colonel Kaczynski's time. This is about the base, and we're all senior leaders in here, and I want to have that focused on, and we'll pick that back up on the new year. Okay, so it's not bad news or anything like that. This is good, because I want to move us forward, and a lot of us are changing out in the summer. And if we don't get this right, then we're going to end up having a process that's not codified in anything, and you're going to start all over, and it's only going to hurt the individual soldier or airman. Make sense? So again, if you could pull that up, I think we figured it out, and go ahead and play it.
Hey, Chief. Big game this week.
So you know, this is it. This is the year. 15
Is
years.
this your year?
This is going to be the
I
year.
have been hearing that for 15 years, so we'll see.
Oh my God, it's Bill.
Bill, what's going on? How you doing? Good. Special week, right?
This
I
is
mean,
it.
when do you see
Just for him.
Yeah. Jack, how you doing? Good to see you.
Blackjack brother.
All right. This is the week.
This is going to be it. 15 years.
Where else can you get this?
Don't give up the ship. Whoa.
Oh, hold on. Hold on.
I can't believe you were being that aggressive, Blackjack. Do that on the field.
All right, there you go. It's going to be like this all week. Let's just
will.
take the stairs.
All right, we'll go take the
Sounds
stairs.
good. Okay, thanks. It's all about the spirit of the game anyway. I'm really glad we can rise above all the pettiness of this week. So.
Absolutely.
All right, hey,
Well,
you
see
take
you now.
care.
You be
All right.
good.
See you
Take
later.
care.
Bye.